kick my ass if I didn't pick them. How about you?
Oh, it is a difficult one, isn't it? I've always felt like virtus.pro are a team that do step things up at the majors, so I'm pulling for them in that sense. But let's see how things kick off here. Both teams starting things off with the pistol round, of course. And we have virtus.pro on the CT side already. Snax is going to find some early action here. There's a quick pop on to Stanislaw. That's the bomb discovered as well. Lots of great info for virtus.pro to play off of already from the start.
Can't test Snax on pistol rounds on cobblestone. He's done dangerous things before. Only taking one shot at a time. Very patient stuff from him. 3 players now on A for the CT side. Nafai's been passive towards B this entire time. Maybe keeping options open for OpTic, and maybe there'll be an opportunistic flank punishment later on. But for now, virtus.pro just chilling. 2 people in B. Everything's slowing down now for OpTic. Not committing to A just yet. And indeed, you've seen them rotating towards that B side.
So there's Pasha right at the end. Just being the scout, trying to play those long-range shots, which are so favorable with the USP. Not really connecting just yet. There's some nice tagging onto Rush. Snax, in the meanwhile, was actually going to take down Mixwell, who was trying to flank around the A side of the map here. This really cuts off OpTic's options. They have to force through a new opening right now, which is through that window, and back towards A perhaps for OpTic. They're really struggling to get something going. Another trade coming in here. 2 versus 3 now for them as they try to find a bomb site to commit to. It's going to be B, and Pasha is going to be finding the bomb there. Just enough left to try to save things against 3 players. He's got some time and the bomb. This is a workable spot, and he takes down Pasha.
It's made life a lot more easy for himself. Spots one player. Not sure if he spotted both players in that connector area. Still dueling with Bialy. Bit more damage done. Not willing to give things up just yet. He's got 12 bullets left, make it 13. Goes for the fake, trying to even out the numbers somewhat. But he can't do it just yet. There's a kit on Bialy, and it's close to the site anyway, so it might not matter. Naf looking for the trade frag, and there he is. Snax goes down immediately. Knows where Bialy is, and there he goes as well. 2 headshots, and OpTic get off to the start that they needed.
Yeah, lovely performance there from Naf. And I mean, virtus.pro played this so well, so patient, as you noted with Snax, just takes 1 bullet at a time, doesn't really try to overstep his position at all. He even catches the flanker in Mixwell a little bit later on. And so virtus.pro always keeping tabs, kind of controlling the movement of OpTic, but OpTic was still able to kind of just force a situation with just hitting shots through pretty awkward close-range engagements to still somehow make that work. So that's a really cool thing to see from them straight away, that Naf is firing off to begin with. But it is not over just yet as far as the danger goes, because virtus.pro, they will be buying the CZs. We see a couple Deagles as well, some Kevlar on 3 players, and a bit of utilities. So there's a lot to be worked with here for the virtus.pro side as they look for an initial opening with that Deagle from Pasha. Will he get the luck that he needs, that 1 or 2 opening shots to potentially connect? Very passive opening from OpTic, just to make sure they're safe early on.
Snax has left himself with 1450 in the hole, so I think we'll be seeing an AWP on the buy round from the player who seems to be the biggest of the beasts on cobblestone for the virtus.pro side. OpTic moving towards the A sites now. And again, looks like virtus.pro are going to mostly want to play close quarters. Only Snax is deep towards A, trying to give his team perhaps some extra time to make their way through connector should they be required. Taz getting smoked off, but he's going to go off the balcony, so got 1 player moving to a virtus.pro. Again, snaps to the 1-tap. That's not a good start. OpTic trying to capitalize on this move very quickly indeed. Taking more damage though. Not getting much real estate either. Taz has gone down, but the 2 CTs are streaming in from balcony again. Nafai's in position, but can they get the kill?
It's looking pretty tough right now on the push. Surely they'll be able to get something done, virtus.pro, but actually OpTic able to push past that crossfire without losing too much more. But these players are weak. 1 Deagle bullet is all that is really required here to take most of them down. Pasha's pushing into position. Can he find something with this? The bomb does go down, looking for the planter. He won't get him. Naf will find Pasha first instead. And now Bialy will be creeping into CZ, and unfortunately for Bialy, can't find any connections there, shut down by Naf. So OpTic's anti-force buy is going to go pretty well, and now it's going to be smooth sailing, in theory at least, as virtus.pro won't be able to buy much.
That was a bit hairy for OpTic. They fell into the Gorilla enclosure. They took some damage down, but ultimately the Gorilla was shot. 2-0 for OpTic, and indeed it will be the eco round for virtus.pro. So one can't expect too much here. Neo's bought himself a flashbang, so maybe they'll try some shock and awe with the numbers game. We'll see if it works out for them. There is a high explosive as well to try and do that early damage. You can see he's holding it there. There's a potential for a charge into the side, because OpTic know virtus.pro can't buy, so they'll be less concerned on this occasion. The flashbang, in fact, will slow any fast push thrown over the exposed roof area. Naf is, I think he might be in the tower, just in case there's any push from the CTs. Indeed he is. He can just about watch the lower area. I'm not sure if that covers it completely. Anyway, there comes the HE now, and there's the damage onto Tarek and only Tarek.
Ooh, nice little pop from Pasha. Eagle comes out for Neo. He picks that one up. Nice snap there onto Mixwell. Looking for more. He does get another tag as well, but with just Taz left to try to clean things up, and with a Mac 10 for OP, it's not going to happen. And another successful round for OpTic. Only losing 2 players on both of those rounds. So generally, OpTic are going to be pretty happy with that, I would say, as virtus.pro now get their full buy-in. And we're going to see the AWP come out onto Snax, and that's always glorious. Snax is just amazing in pretty much every role, so it's going to be fun to see what he can pull together against the OpTic side here on the defense.
I wouldn't take too much away from how they played the pistol in the following rounds, and Snax is pretty much on his own on the A site. Sometimes you can see some support for Riflers, but hey, let's see. We've got Taz, maybe just closer connector in case there's a fast play through the underpass. He would see that from that position. Could back off towards connector. No, he's going to stay there. So I do wonder how forward a position Snax will take towards A. He's going to have an engagement soon. And there are 3 players coming his way. There's a flashbang coming in, but he's still got his angle. Tags Stanislaw down to 7 HP through the corner of the wall there. If you look at how Dignitas flashed that area, there's a lot less warning than the bounces off the wall. Taz being taken down around a connected position, so now it's Snax alone.
He's definitely quite good at handling these awkward situations, but actually OpTic not looking to press his position. Instead, they're going to give him a bit of they're going to alleviate the pressure there and just fall back towards the B bomb site, where they did have some previous presence earlier in the round. So virtus.pro can see the response from them, especially having lost Taz and having no utility. They're all the way back there, very defensive, generally speaking, not wanting to try to take any risks here, because they just don't really have much utility to do it with as well to make it safe. So this is an awkward spot for virtus.pro. It's going to take some just great shots for them to keep themselves in this, and Pasha is close by the wall. Biardi gets a defense going, taking down Tarek. They know what's going on. Can the rotation get there in time? Can they buy enough time for that rotation?
Neo is streaming in through the door. His teammate's gone down, but he'll be there soon to replace him. Behind the smoke. Oh, that's a nice angle. Not sure how much will be spotted there. Mixwell seen. Can they get anything though? Doesn't see Rush crossing to the site. Bomb's going to get planted. Snax is here as well, but this will not be easy for virtus.pro. But again, OpTic, they're all maimed. They're all heavily maimed. Can they finish them off?
Look how low their health is. It's ridiculous. It's a real chance here for Neo and Snax, but again, no kit. So they're going to have to get this done pretty quickly. First frag coming in. Neo spotted. Neo tagged down to 13. Very weak. Snax there now providing support with the AWP. Going to be hard to hit these shots, though. And that's Neo dead. Snax knows he has to go for the M4. Nice! Taps down Stanislaw. But it's going to be a long defuse for him. But I think he's got it. Snax, what a clutch coming in for the virtus.pro side.
Just the one bullet for Snax. Just the one bullet. He'll save the AWP as well. virtus.pro on the scoreboard, but they've survived with just the one player. So there are questions economy-wise going forward, because OpTic are going to have quite a lot more money, and they should have another buy. He had 4 bullets in the magazine, and he fired just the one. But maybe because he knew how low he was. And there we go. Job done. See what virtus.pro can do now, because OpTic are going to have a better bite as pulling out the FAMAS. Grenades will be limited as well. So we'll see if they can retain. Otherwise, there's a good opportunity for OpTic to take a nice lead on Cobblestone. Again, it's the same setup as before for virtus.pro. Taz towards connector, Snax very forward with no support.
So will Pasha spot something here? Because we have a lot of OpTic players slowly but surely moving forwards there. Oh, bit of spam through the smoke. Oh no! Mixwell doesn't need any tracers. Just shoots Pasha down. Here's how close he was. Gets us follow-up entry onto Neo. Things looking very bad for virtus.pro. Let's not forget, they just won a round. This could not go any worse for them.
This is a save. This has to be a save already. They can't retake this. They can't afford to retake it. They don't have the numbers. They don't have the map control either, so Snax gets a consolation kill, but really it is about holding on to what little they have at the moment. Otherwise, we're looking at 5-1-6-1 for OpTic. So perhaps if they can survive with 3 players, then they can buy around these weapons. I do wonder in this situation what they'll do with Snax in the next round, because he's playing A on his own, but maybe they'll try and rotate the AWP to a more aggressive position, try and get an early pick towards B. But then again, OpTic could easily head to a different site in the next round. So we'll see if virtus.pro what they choose to do, if they can save these 3 weapons, which looks likely based on OpTic's exit strategy. Looks like a tough CT half is ahead for the Poles.
Yeah, and it is just worst case scenario where you get on the CT side. You're already playing against or playing the disadvantageous side where it's very hard. You can't really get information easy. You're at the mercy of what the T's do. It's hard to really do much. Make any cool plays of your own early into the rounds to mitigate disadvantage. So add that on top of the fact that your economy is just constantly very, very weak. There is a lot of work for virtus.pro to do. They have to be so clutch to perform well in this position. And OpTic are a great T side.
Taz hasn't got any kills just yet, and indeed, Snax has been rotated to the B bomb site with the AWP, and Taz and Neo have taken up positions towards A. Neo with Taz's position, but a bit more forward, and Taz with Snax's, but a bit further back. 2 Deagles onto Neo and Pasha. So we'll see. OpTic will expect a buy around these weapons, so they'll have to be careful. Moving towards A, clearing map control, doing it in good time as well. Minute 20 on the clock.
Yeah, OpTic are pretty good at doing these map control plays on Cobblestone. It's definitely one of the things that marks them as a great Cobblestone team. And they haven't put a lot of pressure towards B at the moment. And virtus.pro, they do have more of their players ready to respond to either side, just having everyone around the connected position. But in fact, we get virtus.pro now going for a 2-3 spread on the bomb sites. And OpTic just waiting for their moment. And in comes some smoke grenades there to lock off the doors. It's going to make things awkward here for virtus.pro if they decide to push. But what is the response here? Are they trying to bait virtus.pro to react to this and then try to frag them? Looks like that's the situation right now. Just buying some time whilst the drop zone's being worked upon. Naf and Mixwell setting up for the split.
Nice, they're going to pinch the A site. They've got 1 flashbang though, with 2 of him. 30 seconds remain. This might be confusing for virtus.pro, but there we go. The remaining guns now on the B bomb site, and it might be about saving once again. Snax moving towards T-spawn perhaps. And it may be Pasha just stays in a forward position as the early warning system to try and help Snax hold on to this weapon. But the drop zone may be a weakness. The chink in what little armor virtus.pro have to try and save these weapons. You see the net tightening already. Rush in T-spawn early on. So, yeah, Taz hasn't got himself any kills yet, although really there aren't that many kills on the virtus.pro side in general for the moment. So, indeed, it is tough times for them. OpTic with a very good start indeed. Definitely a confidence boost as well, considering the North American record against virtus.pro in general.
Yeah, the one good thing, I guess, for virtus.pro is that OpTic's money isn't out of control yet, which in the position that they are currently in is quite a possibility that their money could already be a bit ridiculous. They're now in a position where it can get to that point in the next few rounds if virtus.pro aren't able to take anything, and this is like becoming the the scariest point of the match really, because if virtus.pro win a round, they don't want to have to basically play against buy rounds every single time. That's just so hard to do, and you're probably going to incur losses every round. So then your buys are probably never going to be optimal as well. So virtus.pro, it's a really hard position to fight back from. But again, virtus.pro, they're such a good team at majors, and they're a team that are able to often bring themselves back into it. They've got so much constitution mentally and all the experience as well that goes along with all the titles they've won.
For those of you in GoTV, oh, by the way, there's a tactical timeout here from virtus.pro at the moment. Cuban talking to his team, trying to figure out where they're being pierced and how they can stop that from happening. Although right now they're still in a low money situation, but it's a good time to talk. They can talk throughout the following round as well, and then come in for the buy once again in what's likely to be a 6-1 situation. But for those of you in GoTV, I would recommend watching Neo on the CT side and Mixwell when OpTic on the CT side, and Tarek on the T side for OpTic Gaming as well.
Now the funny thing for virtus.pro, which could maybe lend some confidence to them, maybe Cuban would be reminding them, is that they haven't had a single good buy round. They've almost never had utility at all to speak of, and this is a map where you need loads of it on the CT side. You just do. So this kind of scoreline is basically just because of the way the rounds have gone. Winning a round and then losing it immediately in the fashion that they did, not surviving with any players when they won the round. Like just these small things have really put virtus.pro in a very bad position. But they have something to work with here. I mean, the AWP from Snax, if OpTic choose the wrong route, Snax hits the first shot, things can quickly get out of hand. So OpTic can't get too complacent in a position like this.
At the beginning of the round, you saw Snax looking over a smoke. Something JDM likes to do as well. On the T side, if you see a smoke there, try to avoid standing near the boulder or near the cart because the CTs can see you if they're scoping and you won't be able to see them and you'll get wrecked. Early peek from virtus.pro. Now they know Mixwell is down in a drop with an AWP, so they may try to burst into him because it's a difficult situation. But maybe they'll assume there's more than one person there because of that. Who knows?
This is classic Mixwell. Opening drop zone with an AWP. That is classic Mixwell style stuff. And we have some problems here. Neo picking up a frag onto Tarek there. There's only one more towards the position of Plateau, and it is Naf. He's going to quickly back off, and you can see there's an angle there from drop zone. Thanks to Mixwell, it is automatic. Taz getting taken down by Rush there. That is going to allow OpTic to alleviate those issues they had. Now they have a clean path to the A-bomb site, and there shouldn't be anything that virtus.pro can do now, really, from this position.
I saw disaster in my mind's eye. There were, I don't know, 25 seconds left, and I thought they were going to move into the stack, but no. OpTic escaped. And indeed, we head towards 6-1. So we have a buy coming in for virtus.pro, and they've managed to keep this AWP alive. So some money will be saved. It's not going to be the best buy in the world, however, because their loss bonus is in the middle area at the moment. But 6-1 for OpTic Gaming. Great start to their T side, the favoured side on Cobblestone, but not by a margin of 6-1. So virtus.pro have a lot of work to do to get back into this game. I don't think they'll be too concerned just yet. Very early days in this major.
Yeah, and you can see one of the somewhat what I would say is of championship quality, or a quality that you need on a championship level team from OpTic, where they're really trying to manage all the small edges. They're not putting themselves in positions where they're maybe hemorrhaging some money needlessly by chasing for frags. They're keeping virtus.pro just low enough and keeping virtus.pro in spots where they have to make hard choices economically all the time, because OpTic are just always playing the edges, very safely, which is really cool to see, and it's a mark of a team that has a lot of discipline. And again, initially when we first started to see this lineup do so well, I was quite surprised because I didn't see those kinds of qualities coming from those players ever before, but in this lineup they've done so much work, and now virtus.pro finally with a good buy.
So again, you see Snacks looking over the smoke. So, oh, it could have gone down there. Again, you've got to be careful around those around those boulders and carts. Such advantage for the CT side. So again, Snacks comfortable in a forward position on his own. He does have Taz looking through the door at times, but Taz is changing his position up. Hasn't had much success again. He hasn't got any kills yet, so he is going to be a bit less predictable. But again, this means that Snacks has nobody watching his back because he won't see them coming through the middle area. 3 people deep in towards B. No one standing in the drop at the moment, though. If they hear some flashbangs, they might go and have a look.
All right, so
fire.
Trying to line it up here. And do virtus.pro, have they felt this out? I mean, they don't have too much more info, but the kill with the grenade, that's a beautiful way to start things off. And they will realize, I think, that the drop control is with OpTic, and the push is coming in. We get now Taz coming in from connector as well, trying to hold the other side of the drop zone. Looks like finally virtus.pro all over this push before it can really get going. It's being completely shut down. First the grenade, now the kill from Pasha with the rifle. And you have just 3 players left with no utility, and they're not on the bomb site just yet. Still frags going over by drop. Naf and Rush open it up though.
Taz made a huge play. Is it going to pay off for the side? Nafly left alone versus 3. And again, damage is still great in this situation. He's got 5k in the bank. They'll have no issue buying in the next round. So he needs to kill as many players as possible. He needs to die on his sword in this situation. Only one person's shy of money. There goes by Ali. Neo with 12 HP. They can't really afford to peek now with 10 seconds left. But, oh god, he's gone through the box. Now Snacks has had to buy this time. Make sure he doesn't peek. Doesn't do anything crazy. He'll run away just to make sure he holds on. So another situation where virtus.pro win only their 2nd round, but only one person survives.
Again, as you say, that is the worst case scenario. Oh dear. virtus.pro, they keep being put in these horrible positions, and just this individual play coming out from Naf to just get those extra 2 kills, it makes such a big difference. And now, moving forwards, virtus.pro are going to be looking to try to find edges again. And I like how they are actually doing it, because they are, in some ways, sort of shoring up their B defense by allowing Snacks to play solo, as you've described, towards A. And it's a very hard position to play, but with an AWP, you have so many ways to actually back off. If you have a very skilled AWPer, he can do it, and that's why Snacks is there.
I have to give credit to Taz in the previous round. He heard movement in the drop. He heard it move towards B. He jumped straight in there and almost took 2 players down with just the one, but here we go. Early push from OpTic. infinity flash. Neo caught no man's land. Tries to trade those 2 men for him. Headshots. And there's Patch with a bump spot. Full rotation. Trade from Stanislaw though. Man advantage for virtus.pro. 2 players on the site. Snack's moving in as well, but he may not be there for a while.
Stanislaw just scanning the angles, trying to see if there's any virtus.pro players close, but they're holding position. They know the one has to go down. Trying to keep it safe, trying to keep the frags tradable, and that's exactly what's going to happen. Taz is there, wins the battle against Stanislaw. Mix 1 versus 3. All close range, not going to happen. Snacks at a distance with the AWP of his, an AWP of his own to get the frag, and that's going to be the defuse. And finally, virtus.pro not only win a round, they win a consecutive round with more than 1 man alive. An improvement.
They pick up the second AWP as well, which I would imagine Neo is probably going to be rocking on the B bomb site. But no, it seems Patch is going to pick it up. Again, this is a team where almost anyone plays AWP, maybe apart from Taz, really. The only person you don't see AWPing on virtus.pro these days, or ever. 3-round deficit, there's a chance for virtus.pro to catch up now. And look at the money on OpTic. Finally, it started to go down into the doldrums, so there's an opportunity for both teams to be broken. virtus.pro could even end up leading in this half. We'll see, though. Maybe that's too much to ask, don't know yet. This time, Snack's taking a different approach towards the A site, and with good timing as well, because Mixwell and Rush are very close. It might be a pop flash play.
Finally, are they going to test Snacks in this position? We haven't really seen it just yet. Snacks is so good at playing these angles. There's number 1, smoked away from another by Danger, and quickly OpTic know they have to move. They're cautious to try to block off Snacks with additional smoke grenades as they get themselves onto that bomb site. Now a 3 versus 4. Snacks picking up another one, causing issues. They're stuck on the bomb site pretty much. This is getting really interesting. They can't take the optimal positions here, and virtus.pro are just trying to coordinate themselves now from multiple positions. This will be tough for OpTic.
They don't have any map control, OpTic Gaming, but they have a few smokes. That's 20 seconds basically being wasted. Maybe that virtus.pro can't afford. Forced to push through the smoke. Snacks his barrel gives him away. Runs to the free fire. Down he goes. Right down in the meantime. Nice 180 by him. Rush through everyone! What a round by him! That was a chance for virtus.pro, but Rush destroys virtus.pro.
Oh man. Oh no. That was the round that virtus.pro should have had in the bag. All these positions absolutely sucked here for OpTic Gaming. Pushed against a wall, but Rush was the one to not be taken down. That is amazing. 7-3. It was looking like a recovery from virtus.pro, and if we look at the money that they have, of course, they're taking a timeout right now because losing a round like that is just so difficult to deal with. They have no money in the bank. They've got to reset themselves mentally a little bit and see how they progress. The thing is, though, that in reality, most very accomplished cobblestone teams are going to be able to work from 3 to 5 rounds on their T side. But again, against the likes of OpTic, it's going to be very difficult because OpTic, if that's the situation, and those are all the rounds that virtus.pro have against them in the second half, the confidence they're going to have on the CT side, that is going to really help them out. So this is getting quite interesting.
Snacks picking up the AWP, and that's pretty much all virtus.pro are rocking. I feel like they're the team that kind of started that trend in CSGO at the very least. I remember on Cash, on the T side, they had 1 AWP and nothing play, and they won the round with that. I'll never forget that. But on the CT side, that will be a tall order. A fast play coming in from OpTic, and they've got themselves jammed. A slow movement into the surprise AWP. 2-man spray down for Pasha as well. The garden hose is out. Snacks putting in more work. There may be no kills for OpTic in this run. What a response by virtus.pro.
So they put Snacks in the right place at the right time, but how much damage can Rush do here? Another frag for him. A team kill as well puts virtus.pro down to 3 members, but they are going to be more than happy with that. What a way to bounce back into this one. And they're going to pick up all the guns that they could find on the floor. Snacks obviously keeps the AWP in hand, and Snacks is really playing well so far today for virtus.pro.
Traffic jam. There's a pile up, Dan, and it costs them everything.
Total gridlock.
Look at how Snacks, he jumps to peek to get ready for his next shot as well, which aids him so much in his second frag. That's such a smart, very small detail in what he did there, but that just shows the prowess he has on cobblestone.
And finally, OpTic, they don't have a full buy anymore. It's like basically the first time. So again, somehow virtus.pro in all these situations are managing to bring themselves back into this. Aggressive peek from Snacks, won't connect, but can he hold against the masses, which surely should be charging in? Taz there is able to give it a bit of a hand, and that's going to buy enough time for Snax to reset himself, pick up a couple kills, and that leaves only Rush, but not for too long. An explosive exit to the round, courtesy of Snax, for the 5-7 scoreline, and suddenly virtus.pro, they look fine, James.
Again, a small detail from virtus.pro. Every single round where they've had a bye, Snax has been on his own towards the long area, and Taz has been around the connector door. This time they have Taz as rifle support for the AWP, which they've never had previously, and that's a great advantage. A nasty surprise for OpTic in that round, which leaves them with little choice but to eco. $2,000 per person. Lovely, small adjustments from virtus.pro. Keep them in this half.
Yeah, you're right, actually. That's such a smart way to adjust by virtus.pro. Here is the rush down, and into the grinder they go, but looks like it's faulty. Needs new blades. In comes Bialy. Does have some support, but has to trade, and suddenly they are losing members. They might win the round, but they are losing too many. The cost is a bit too great. Should have been in a clean sheet, but never mind. It's 6 rounds for virtus.pro. If you consider where they were a few rounds ago and the context of how things had been going, they're still going to be very happy with this.
Nice. 2 rounds remain in the first half. And again, well, this is do or die for OpTic as far as the last round goes, because it's got nothing in the bank. Whereas virtus.pro have some cash here and there. They can spread the wealth. So let's see what the CT approach is this time. Back to normal. Snax long on his own. Taz going towards the underpass once again. OpTic with an early focus towards B, but again, Stanislaw will be the passive player towards A. Not overextending. Snax very deep indeed. 3 OpTic players towards the B bomb site. Not going too deep just yet. I want to avoid all the early grenades of the CT side. Never know when that flashbang's coming over the wall. Oh, virtus.pro with a glorious deep smoke grenade. Played out somewhat rare. We saw these Molotovs earlier on. They took Mixwell down to 20 HP. Then he got naded into oblivion. So virtus.pro going for the aggressive play. Neo going up close. He's got a smoke to re-smoke as well. What do OpTic do in this situation?
Love the proactive play from virtus.pro. It's very hard to do on this map, but it's going to result in the end in drops of control for OpTic, but not for long. The Snax brings a grenade into play, and just enough damage is done to Tarek, and he is gone. And all of a sudden, there is no map control for OpTic, and they're down 3 against 4. The only thing really helping them out in this situation is that there is no utility left on virtus.pro, but there's 40 seconds to go. Rush is in drop. They're going to go for essentially the split onto the A bomb site, but they've got to be quick about it.
Snax here's the jump. Oh, he misses that shot. That's a rare miss. But he's got the information. He knows 2 of the 3 players are over towards the A bomb site. Taz taken down from the back. Rush running distraction there. And there is the AWP as well. So this round is turning around. Rush smoking off the choke point, allowing his teammate to plant the bomb. He will focus on the balcony. Both CTs coming from connector. How do they retake this?
And Neo and Pasha both coming indeed from that connector position. It's never easy when everyone's coming from the same direction or the CT side on this retake situation. And Naf has a great position there of Rush, almost a crossfire situation going on. They can hear the sounds. Naf catches both, doesn't even need Rush's help. Well then, another round for OpTic, and it's the timing there for virtus.pro. Very unfortunate. We saw the distraction coming in from connector on the flank, and the shots through the door into Taz, making him turn around just when he needed to cover that position where Naf was coming from for the duel. So look at how the timing worked out. Then the defense on A just collapsed completely. Brilliant stuff from OpTic, and 8 rounds for them. But this is looking quite even at this point. Very recoverable for virtus.pro still, and OpTic actually have a worse buy when it comes to the rifles. We got Tarek on a Tech 9.
Much needed 4K for OpTic from Nafly. Grenade situation kind of sucks from virtus.pro. Sad to see them lose around like that when they took such a forward position on the B bomb side as well. It was a nice play, but ultimately it did not work out. Still, there's an AWP. Snax again in the forward position. Business as usual in terms of the CT setup. Slow start from OpTic. Focusing on the drop, it seems. Snax with some harassment here and there, but nothing crazy just yet. Again, Taz, he has not had success in that position, and OpTic have exploited him again.
Yeah, and Snax now has to fall back and try to deal with this situation and hold on to A for his team. His team can't afford to overreact to this because they have a full B rush to be dealing with. In comes the split there. Still though, virtus.pro seem to be holding on here. They've bought enough time. They have a good spread on the defense, but slowly it's being eliminated. Stanislaw there with one. Neo going down, leaving everything onto Snax. 1 against 2. The bomb is just about to be planted, so there's plenty of time to work with for Snax. He's got a kit as well. But this is by no means an easy feat for Mr. Snax, but he has been the man for virtus.pro so far, and that's a decent nade.
Hitting both players, but surely this is an insurmountable trade frag situation. Rush coming out first, he got the boulder there, but he can't find the frag. And now he can allow Stanislaw to peek first to the left. But Stanislaw has to worry about his right as well. The smoke gives the position away, and Rush will finish things off 9-6 in favor of OpTic. Could have been worse for virtus.pro. They mounted a comeback, and they've given themselves a fighting chance going into the second half.
Yeah, and what a half from Naf and Rush. I mean, again, one thing that you can see from OpTic on a map like Cobblestone, what makes them a good T-sided team here, is that they've got great discipline. They're really good at managing their opponent's economy, picking the right rounds. They've got all the utility is placed very well. The tactics are strong. But at the same time, they're showing why they've been able to win championships recently, because players like Naf and Rush, we didn't expect it, but these guys can really shoot hard, and we saw that in this first half. You can see Snax, essentially the MVP for virtus.pro in this first half against Naf there. And Snax was doing a great job with the ult, but I think also it felt like OpTic were trying to avoid him.
Something we've seen, sorry, Dan, I just need to mention this quickly. Something we've seen quite often recently, I'd say the last 3-4 months from virtus.pro on T pistols is 3 players with grenades. And we see it again on Cobblestone, which would suggest to me a wall of smoke towards the B bomb site. And well, we'll find out what indeed it is. 3 smoke grenades, a lot of flashbangs, and 1 high explosive for virtus.pro. So we'll see if their 3-man utility setup is going to work out for them. Sometimes it fails miserably, but we will see. Maybe OpTic won't give them the chance, though. 3 players very aggressive towards A.
Yeah, this is a really cool setup. Close range for the USPs. Crossfire comes in. Oh, Naf's going for the body shots. And that's not going to help out too much. Mixwell was there to clean up one of the frags. But it is a 3 versus 3 here. Chaos. And look at that position that we see Pasha finding himself in. He's gone to connector. Stanislaw, though, with quite an unexpected position, picks up a kill. But more importantly, he finds out where the bomb is going. And Tarek is now the man to stop it. 1 versus 1, that's the bomb, and that spells problems for Pasha, but he's managed to make it into 1 versus 1. It's all to play for.
There's time for the duel as well. Oh, please, Pasha. That is absolutely disgusting. Tarek doesn't get a chance to hide. No, denied. It looks like virtus.pro are going for maybe, look at this. Hello there.
Just sitting on the haystack.
It looks like virtus.pro were going for almost a post-plant setup of their utility, or maybe a smoke towards connector. So their plan was entirely different, but we won't know what it is just yet. Again, OpTic disrupting things, but ultimately they failed. So 9-9 is there's a reasonable chance, but we've got 5-7s for days. So we need to be very wary of the OpTic buy. There are some flashbangs to go through the lower area. virtus.pro not going anywhere too early, being very careful. OpTic, a team who favor aggression, and that aggression must be respected by virtus.pro.
They're just slowly edging their way up here. Oh, the Deagle comes in, a few shots there. You have to be so careful. Mixwell's done some damage, and with the scout in play, although the scout is, as we can see, on the other side of the map, maybe it won't come into play, but actually, virtus.pro abandoning any efforts towards A, and indeed actually bringing everything in towards B, which is where Tarek is. Tarek can actually win the round here if he gets a couple really good shots. There's one, taking that tab before it gets close. Rush in the meantime, and Napol chiming in with frags of their own. Problems here for virtus.pro.
2 players remain, but Pasha with that AK, he's got a lot of work to do. He needs to clean up this mess. OpTic, they're all spread out at the moment, and they don't have a defuse kit, and with the damage done to Mixwell and Nafly, I do wonder what they're going to go for, but Mixwell's in a very forward position, so what have we got to lose? 2 digs, the beat shots coming in, Neo must deliver, this is the first one, the flames will force him forwards, and there go all the virtus.pro players. The round has been stolen by OpTic Gaming.
Wow, that was quite nice. Tarek with that scout and just the bit of deagle damage before it, just to set them up for there to be an opportunity. And the opportunity was seized by both Tarek, Naf, and Rush. Just look at this. They had a nice little crossfire set up there in the drop zone as well, really punishing virtus.pro very severely, to be honest. And once again, virtus.pro are going to be plagued by economic issues. We see a half buy from them here, just a bunch of P250s and utility as well, which is very cool to see because you can actually get a lot done with that. And looks like we just passed the 750,000 mark on the viewers, so that's amazing. That is amazing to see so many people with a love for Counter-Strike, James.
virtus.pro not gone for the full force buy. They did get the bomb planted. So maybe this round is about damage to the CT economy for the coming rounds. That's a good start. Nice damage by the P250. Trying to put in more as well. That's why it's tagged for 20. But the split is coming in from virtus.pro, so Rush is in trouble. The bomb is down. Nice pistol shot there, doing big damage, Rush. Neo and Bali in tappable distance. Now it's just Neo, unable to reload his gun in time. Took a lot of damage from his teammates, it seems, but there we go. Just the one kill for virtus.pro, so that's not bad for OpTic Gaming at all. And indeed, moving towards 770,000 now. Dzień dobry for the Polish viewers. I couldn't say in every language, so I'll just leave it there.
Look at that. Beautiful flick from the USB. We've seen a lot of nice USB one-taps already, James, in this Cobblestone game.
We have. We've seen some nice one-taps. Both teams on the buy. OpTic with a 4-round lead. virtus.pro with next to no grenades, and they're quite one of the teams who are quite good at using them. So I do wonder if that will change their approach for this round.
Yeah, not much in the way of grenades if virtus.pro, which does typically mean that you're going to be playing with a faster pace. And you're going to have to get more numbers behind your map control efforts because that's the best way to truly win positions if you don't have many grenades. And it does seem that that is the case, and it is towards A. That's the area that they want to claim. And they do have Bialy do virtus.pro, who is towards the drop zone, applying some pressure. He's not in the drop zone just yet, but it might be quite difficult for him to do that. He's only got a decoy, so it's going to be very hard to get his way in there. I don't know how I don't think he'll be able to do it, to be honest, or if he'll have the confidence to try. Here comes virtus.pro. They're pushing towards A and stealing away map control in this area from OpTic, but they realize what's going on.
Yeah, going to collect the bomb. His teammates not quite on top of the A site just yet. Look at the rotation coming in as well from the CT side. Mixwell and Stanislaw are already quite deep, and Neo's moving the bomb towards the B site now, where Bali's still just creating a nuisance. He will announce his position. That does not mean too much though. Snacks is still in a position to throw a fake. Now fly with the off angle. This is the usual angle people hold. No just yet though. When there are 30 seconds left, they've made the wrong play. OpTic. They are on the wrong side of the map.
This is just great movement here from virtus.pro, something that they are known for. Snacks doing some damage there, or trying to, as a lurker, but in just showing his presence there, even though he loses the fight, look how out of position OpTic are. Indeed, as you said, just
They've got no choice, Dan. They've got no choice.
They read it wrong.
I've seen more choice in a North Korean election. They'll have to go for the save, and virtus.pro will close the gap by 1.
It's really cool as well because that's something that virtus.pro are really good at, is how you run a default strategy on this map. And the defaults on this map as a T-side are so strong because you essentially looks like you're taking map control almost everywhere. It's so hard for the CTs to confirm where you are, and teams like virtus.pro can abuse that. They're one of the best teams in the world at really abusing that fact, and you can see how much it screwed OpTic over. They just had no idea how to read the situation. It looks like both A and B have strong arguments that that's where most of virtus.pro are trying to attack. So you have to run a gamble or an information plan. It's just so difficult. So that is what virtus.pro need to keep doing to get back into this one.
Let's have a look at the situation for the CT side. They are able to buy. They have some weapons saved from the previous round. Tarek, though, whipping out the Mag 7, commonly found towards the crack in the wall over at B. One would expect him to go over there. Could use it in a drop as well, but you don't really want to stand in the drop, which you would need to with a Mag 7, because you will be subject to numerous grenades. Speaking of which, got the early plays in, the flashbang, and again, this is a very dangerous position to face when a CT has a Mag 7. It can be the difference between winning and losing. He will hear the footsteps close. Looking for a pop flash, but I think virtus.pro maybe just baiting more grenades from OpTic, trying to exhaust their utility. 2 virtus.pro players going close, showing some footsteps, and then simply moving back.
Yeah, again, it's to OpTic, it kind of always looks somewhat the same, just presence all over the place, slowly taking away control of the positions here towards A. Pop Flash comes in to help Stanislaw get out of position and get some information at the same time as they start to react to how virtus.pro are playing, but this time they just walk straight in, lining up a little bit for Mixwell. He only gets one though, and the race is on back for the retake of that A bomb site for the OpTic gaming team.
The retake of the B bomb site maybe, so they can save, because again they're on the wrong side of the choke point, and maybe it's too difficult for them to do anything with. How many OpTic players does it take to boost into the drop zone? 3.5 it seems. Upgrading some weapons. Are they gonna... Let's see, they have 2 defuse kits. I don't know if they're playing for exit frags or if they're actually going to go for this. It seems they're going for it. Maybe they feel like they've given up enough advantage already. Neo going to take the first play down. 2-man spray down for him, and that is GG for this round. Nafly, tail between legs, has made his exit.
And the money for both teams is really crippled, and especially OpTic, they don't really have anything going for them. And they have a very small loss bonus too, only $1,900 they'll get in this round. So it's going to be perhaps a little bit of half buy around the AK just to see what they can get done. So virtus.pro have a good position here to start generating a few consecutive rounds to get themselves into the lead. And indeed, great defense there from Neo. I like how he, after getting the first frag, he kind of moves out with the spray, assuming that the trade frag is coming in to meet him preemptively with the spray. Great stuff from Neo indeed. And it's going to be interesting to see what OpTic decide to do in this round.
Well, they're in a situation where they're lacking in money. They have a lead, and they can use that lead to build some cash and then try to claw it back afterwards. So we've got Nafly with a P250. Other than that, it's pure USPs here. Some GoldenEye pistols. 4 towards A. So let's see how virtus.pro approach this anti-eco round, because that's going to be the main focus, the main action. I would expect OpTic to be quite static with how they've stacked the A site, despite all these grenades. Doesn't mean that virtus.pro are definitely pushing. Another question is, what do OpTic do once they know virtus.pro are on the B bomb site? Are they going to try and charge into B and give away some bonus kills? Or will they just try to hide somewhere and not give any more money to virtus.pro?
Yeah, I think with the weapons that they have, they're so weak that you kind of want virtus.pro to push you into your crossfire setups and so on. It's going to be very hard, I think, for them to get kills if they try to push, and it does seem like they're beginning to do that here. We can see them moving in towards the connector position. It's quite a nice place to actually set up some awkward engagements for the AKs of virtus.pro, so maybe they'll actually get something here, maybe steal a weapon away. That would be best case scenario with a setup like this, but are virtus.pro smart enough to realize what's going on?
Neo and Pasha have pretty much cleared the route towards T-spawn for the T2 exit. Indeed, they'll make their exit, but OpTic trying to entertain on the site, and that might claim someone. We will see. Yeah, there goes Snacks. Other than that, it's a good round for virtus.pro. So OpTic with some eco money in the bank, and they've got around $4,500 to $5,000, so the buy is coming in once again for OpTic. Reasonable amount of grenades as well. Mixwell on the AWP, so again, one of the ones to watch for me on GoTV. Mixwell AWPing on the CT side. Tried to claim he didn't like AWPing once, but we all know he was lying through his teeth.
Yeah, he's just so good that it just, I don't know, it just...
Why would you say that?
It doesn't make sense.
Why would you say that?
It just does not make sense. Either way, here it is. Perhaps a bit of a taste of Mixwell with that AWP. We'll see how well he fares here, because there are a bunch of virtus.pro players trying to take this position, and it's a very classic way to play this spot when you've got the AWP. They should be expecting it. There's the flashbang that you need to throw. Pop flash Mixwell away. Clear the first angle, but there's more angles they have to clear, because look at this. Mixwell can take another very strong position, so they have to continue to use grenades and utility here to force him back, and it's working, but it's a fadeaway shot in there from Mixwell. Keeps the dream alive on the defense, but that dream will be shattered here. Just Rush to save it.
No one in position to trade on that kill, but finally Rush goes down, but the CTs keep streaming in. No time to plant a bomb. Oh, Snacks flying through the air, but the trades will go down to the last man, down to Pacha. The way they move through mid, I thought that would go even better for virtus.pro. You see the difference in the CT setup from OpTic. They have the rifler closer to the AWP for support, but Stanislaw was smoked off from the underpass area, and I'm not sure if they realized all this, but the poles were streaming in. It was great that Mixwell got that first pick. So it went a lot further than I thought it would. Tactical timeout from OpTic. as the score is tied up. And again, they're in a ropey money situation, 3,300 per person, but they are approaching maximum loss bonus. So buys won't be an issue, utility won't be an issue. It's just about getting the advantage and retaining it, winning the rounds.
And it's so cool to see such a close battle between these two teams. I think a lot of people would have expected that. And in this situation now, with the the money as it is and getting into the late stages of this match, I think we're going to start to see the make or break rounds very soon, especially for the OpTic side, because again we saw how much of a struggle it was for virtus.pro on the CT side when they had no utility, and if OpTic get into that situation as well, it's going to be very nightmarish. And looks like we have a fast anti-eco round here from virtus.pro, just barreling into that plateau position, throwing all the grenades. Oh, denied.
He got 2 for 1.
Wow.
He got 2 for 1. He went to a supermarket and he got himself those discount vouchers there.
Buy one, get one free. Let's go.
The anti-eco looks very good so far. Nobody left on the B bomb site. We've got Neo watching the back, so maybe there's an AK to be collected by the OpTic Gaming side. But again, their maximum loss bonus, although having an AK is always a bonus, it can be the difference between a one-tap or headshotting someone with an M4 and then being one-tapped by an AK. We saw that in an earlier match with RPK on Cash. He had an M4 and the AK would have made the difference. So there we go. AK is collected.
Wow, he's a thief, James. Stole away an AK. Cheeky stuff.
He is Eddie Guerrero.
And that can go a long way. That, like, taking an AK into the next rounds here for OpTic, that is one less rifle they're going to have to buy. So that could end up helping them a lot. So we'll have to see how it... Oh, he might not even be able to save it. He's in the open.
Oh, no!
Oh, the AK.
Who knows? That AK may have had a story in the coming rounds. Could have made a difference, but it won't make any difference because it's gone. It's been snatched away. Right then, virtus.pro in the lead, and now we're at the business end of the match. But who's going to take the briefcase full of cash, Dan? As far as this match is concerned, double AWPs coming out for OpTic Gaming. Tarek and Mr. Mixwell going to be scoping on either side of the map. And we have a different approach from the CTs. Again, looking around the bowl of the cart area. But virtus.pro, are they going to change gears now? All over towards the B-bomb side.
Yeah, they're a team that have been known to work at the pace of a match very, very well on their T sides. So it wouldn't surprise me to see them really trying to use that, like mess with the timings that the CTs expect. And you can see the counter grenades being forced out here. All these flashes and HEs and smoke grenades being forced to be thrown for the OpTic side. There's still quite a few more, but that's good. That's good work by virtus.pro. That gives them something to work with. And again, now OpTic, they've fallen back from A as well because of all the presence there. You can see that they don't have anybody in deep positions. So at the current moment, OpTic don't know. They're not convinced, but this is going to be convincing. In goes Virtus into the drop and the splits on.
Tarek got nice support from Nafly, so no kills just yet for virtus.pro. In fact, there's only 2 of them left. Taz in the smoke, has no idea where he is, but how much work can he do? He's with his teammate. They're both on the site, as we heard. And there goes Taz, there goes Barley as well. That is the round that OpTic needed, not a single player down, especially when they've invested in 2 sniper rifles. Score tied up once again. virtus.pro have built some money, Pasha with 11k, so they'll have no issue keeping the pressure up. But again, they've got no kills in that previous round. See if they can make a difference on this occasion. Perhaps that tactical pause paid off for OpTic. Pasha with the AWP. Everybody else on rifles. This time we've got Neo making a play towards the A site. Again, oh, he may have an early engagement from Mixwell because he's going towards that boulder area. Mixwell's moving away now. So we will see. Nice shot there from Pasha. Always scary when you're playing the AWP close to mid, because when you put that smoke down, the T's can just pop flash through it and then you get completely ruined. Anyway, good start from virtus.pro on this occasion.
Yeah, we saw that Pasha, he ran, like, had a very fast timing to that off angle, and it seemed like that's a really nice play. That worked out marvelously. It may even have been that OpTic, one of the players peeking first before the AWP attack came into play, even would have called that it was actually safe. In fact, it was not safe. And as I said, great start for virtus.pro. They have a minute to work with, and they're starting to move towards the A-bomb site, finding themselves in the middle position.
We have an AWP crossfire setup on the B bomb site, which may not pay off for OpTic, as indeed here comes the push, but here come the frags for the CT side. Nothing but blue almost in the kill feed. Pasha and Bali remain both towards A.
This is looking really bad. Really bad. Bialy's taken out by a grenade, leaving Pasha alone. 30 seconds on the clock in the open and taken down. That's going to be another one on the board for OpTic, and this is looking really bad right now for virtus.pro. They still have the ability to potentially buy if they want to. We'll have to see. I'm pretty sure that they should, or they can consider it. They can tailor around to their buy, but yeah, OpTic playing very well this double AWP setup so far, that everybody's really hitting their shots. So virtus.pro are in a position where perhaps what they want to do is play it a bit more slowly, play a bit more tactically, try to actually steal away map control towards the A side of the map first in a default type situation, as they were previously when they started to really win rounds. But the difference, the key difference there in the defense is now we have more utility and the double AWPs. And Mixwell on the AWP defense to A, I can see why virtus.pro might not want to think about that as their first option for their offense, running into Mixwell.
It's interesting that once OpTic had one player picked off, they chose to put two of the AWPs over towards the B bomb site. I was very curious to see how that would have played out, especially with flashbangs coming in. So indeed, it seems virtus.pro are going to go for the force buy. This buy is gonna suck, so they better have a nice plan in mind. 1 AK so far. In fact, well, I was waiting for Pasha to see what he was going to do. So you can see next to no grenades for the team. Snacks, though, has mustered an AWP. Mixwell over towards the boulder once again, but he smartly flashed off and gets out of there immediately.
So quick peeks here onto the plateau position from Naf with the addition of a pop flash from a teammate to help make it safe. And virtus.pro are indeed moving towards the A side of the map with a bomb. And interestingly, we have Mixwell immediately in a much more passive position. He hasn't really had to be flashed away just yet, I don't think. So OpTic just saying, you know what, we're just going to keep it pretty calm. We know that you guys could even have somewhat of a half-buy situation going on. They're not 100% sure what kind of weaponry they're going to be up against, if there's going to be an AWP on the field, or if it's just going to be a couple rifles. But soon, all will be known, because virtus.pro is starting to march in here, and Mixwell, is he going to be able to hit a shot here? Will they flash him off? The peaks are going to be coming in soon. There's the flash. Beautiful timing there from virtus.pro.
Instant reaction from OpTic as soon as that shot's fired. A third player, Nafly, rotating towards the balcony position. But virtus.pro not going to overcommit just yet. With the flash coming out, I doubt they've seen the bomb on the radar either. So you see Tarek just holding the angle towards B for the time being. The virtus.pro continue their march. Stanislaw now will hear some footsteps being coming through. There's Neo, trade from Bialy. Now there's more rotation coming in for the CT.
Mixwell in great position, finds the shot onto Pasha. The bomb is marching his way forwards. Mixwell with a whiff there, and a second one. That's not going to pay off at all for OpTic here. They're in a bit of a problem now, as they've got Rush pushing by the APC. He's waiting for Tarek to get into a position with his AWP behind him to be able to support his push as he edges his way around these angles. Nice smoke there. Gives Taz more room to play with, but no. Rush still with the frag. Snacks has to trade now with the AWP and no one to support him. And the smoke down on the bomb. This is definitely somewhat awkward. What? Snacks through the smoke. Oh man, great gut instinct there from Snacks to find the shot there on the player in the smoke. Easily, making that clutch look easy.
His timing around that wall was absolutely perfect, no doubt using the sounds to his advantage as well, but that could not have been done better. Snacks with Ballet. Ballet with an AWP, Dan, is what we're seeing on the A side from Snacks. Tied up again, and now it's OpTic's turn for their money to be wrecked, and that's a loss bonus reset as well, so awkward times are certainly ahead. They've spent some money, keeping them with enough to buy in the next round. Again, anti-eco time hasn't been easy against 5-7s. That's been the story of playing anti-eco. We'll see if the 5-7 story continues in this round. virtus.pro by no means over the hill. There are advantages, but these are dangerous waters.
What a close match this is. It's so hard to call. OpTic with these pistols, you can't count them out. They've got some great angles to play with. Now virtus.pro, they start to move towards A-long once again. They found so much success there recently. And it's always a good place to start out. It's quite difficult when you're up against pistols like this to, I mean, you really have to cross all your T's, dot all your I's. You have to have a lot of discipline because there could be 4 players stacked there. They can be in so many positions, so many angles. You need to use grenades. Well, virtus.pro aren't using very many grenades. They don't have many grenades. So this is a bit risky, especially with such few players in the way of trade fraggers for virtus.pro, but it's so far okay. And you can see that Taz will find Stanislaw, but in the same time, we have a frag going on to Pasha. So virtus.pro, they're not out of the woods by a long stretch yet.
Yeah, there's a very late rotation coming in for the poles as well. And that's going to allow the CTs to rotate, although they're mostly already in position. Down goes Taz, he was heavily tagged. The trade comes in, but he's got 20 seconds to fly the box. And look how awful that is. That's so awkward in that area, but they've cleared most of it out. Rush, he's there at 15 seconds. Oh, that Molotov is almost perfect. Surely it's going to spread. Indeed, it's spreading. They're trying to get the bomb down. Nia with a clutch kill there. That will allow the bomb to get planted just in time. But Naf can still do this. He can meat shot 2 of these 3 players. So much damage being done. There's more to come, or maybe not. Snacks taking his face off. That is a closed casket funeral for Naf.
Yeah, Snacks is on 28 kills and 13 deaths. That guy is doing some damage. I actually liked the imagery there that when you said Snacks is doing ballet with an AWP. I want like a cartoon drawing of that. Snacks with like a tutu and some ballet shoes with an AWP. I think that'd be pretty amazing. But yeah, good. It's good to see him doing so well early into the major here so far. But can he take his team over the line? It's just 2 more rounds, and we've got the big buy from OpTic now, all back into the hands of the deadly Mixwell. The fast presence here from Virtus onto the plateau.
That running smoke they do towards B-bomb site is insane. I just want to say that quickly. So, can they capitalize on this man advantage now? OpTic will tie things up again. Now Trade back comes in, but Trades goes straight back. Bomb is not towards B-bomb site though. We've got the OpTic players on A, moving towards Connector, but I'm not sure if they're going to entirely abandon the A site. The smoke goes down, and Mixwell will play a just-in-case position on the A site. Meanwhile, the rest of the team focus towards B. Minute 15 on the clock, man advantage for the CTs. Barley running distraction for now. I don't think he's going to commit to the drop. I think in this situation, the VP players need to push together wherever they decide to go, because once they make a play towards A, for example, that they need people holding an angle on that connector choke point. Stanislaw's gone past it already. And look at this off angle. They're never going to pre-fire this. He's used the blinks already. Down goes the bomb. That just and there's more people there. The trade comes in again, but he's got the info. And again, Mixwell is still on the site.
Yeah, nice meaty nade there as well. Went down with an explosion. Mixwell gonna hear the stepping. Taz, nice entry. Oh, that's the tag actually. Mixwell, can he get another shot off? No. Bialy with a fast headshot there, leaving Naf against 2. But again, they're so weak. He's got utility, he's got time. He doesn't actually have a kit at the moment. Might be one along the way to pick up somewhere, but that is going to definitely spur him on a little bit more quickly. And with the repositioning here from Bialy, there is a timer on Naf here, not just the bomb, but he's never going to check behind himself. If the push comes in from Bialy quickly enough, if Naf is too slow, there is surely no way he survives this. Can he find Taz, though? He has to find him quickly. Taz is playing the time. Ooh, maybe a pixel on the screen there. Naf spotted by Bialy. Indeed, the flank. Beautiful play from Bialy, and that's going to be the round for virtus.pro.
Nafly made 1 footstep. He made 1 footstep, and Bialy heard him, which is why Taz jumped into CT spawn, and he was holding the right of the house, and then Bialy can do the rest of the job. And that puts virtus.pro on match point. OpTic Gaming calling for the tactical timeout. They're on around $2,500. So again, there's no choice. They're going to have to go for the force buy. The 5-7s are going to come out once again. Maybe virtus.pro have done enough, but again, it's always tough when you're playing against 5-7s. These anti-eco rounds have been very dangerous, very shaky for all the T sides. We see the scouts coming out onto Tarek, and he's somewhat notorious with the scout, but it's less than ideal, to say the least.
Yeah, we hit 800k viewers. Shout outs to you guys. This is a pretty awesome match to be watching so far. It's pretty crazy just how both teams are firing off like with the individual performances, because this is coming down to the strategy, the tactics, coordination, the pacing, the psychology of the teams. Like, we're seeing a full, everything you could expect from a Counter-Strike match here, as well as the individual performances and the clutches. So really delivering these 2 teams here so far, but can OpTic do so much with so little? That is really the question. virtus.pro, they keep mixing things up here. They got Snacks with an aggressive position with his AWP. Gets tagged down to 41, actually. That Molotov is a little bit scary, James.
It could spread that. It could spread. It's not going to spread, but it could have spread. 800,000 people indeed. May the Dragon Laws be with you. Two players, again, over towards the A site around that stairs area. My question is, how much time will virtus.pro leave themselves once they choose to push a site? But there is a push almost coming in from these CTs. The Molotov, they will hear that fire being connected, but Mixwell will connect with the Deagle. That's the most important thing. And Senator's not made himself known just yet. Taz backing off for now, but there could be a trade there later on.
Oh man, I so saw that happening. Mixwell with that second frag maybe, but no. Stanislaw, he wants to look in, he wants some info. Oh, there's some info for you. Taz's AK-47 in your face. 2 versus 4 now. OpTic in dire straits. Of course, virtus.pro, they're going with the rotation after that last frag. They know the A bomb site is up for free, and they will take it. Taz not spotting the leg step through the grate, through the vent, but he's got a great position, and they know exactly where the CT is coming from. Easy frag onto Tarek. Rush, he's got a 1 versus 4. He's got, at least he's got a kip, James, but he's only got a 5-7 and he's got no friends.
Never say only when it's a 5-7, Dan. That's for sure. Well, he's dead now, Dan. 16-13, virtus.pro win their first match of the first major of 2017. Lovely stuff by the Pulse.
What a match. I mean, I feel really privileged to start the cast start our cast at this major with that one, backwards and forwards in every sense. I didn't see virtus.pro winning it after the start that they had, really showing their experience, their mental constitution to get through that as a team. And to see virtus.pro at a major is always something that's phenomenal. And with OpTic in their rise, they're a real contender at this major as well. So we'll have to see what the thoughts are of the lovely gentleman on the desk.